tell anybody these secrets, except for guys who want to learn how to tailor their own clothes to make them fit better. 1. There's a nice trick to threading your sewing machine. If you are anything like me and you can't see very well, I'll elaborate on that in 1 second. When you're threading your machine, if you're kind of struggling with it a little bit, what you can do, what's a really big game changer, is cut the thread at an angle before you put it in. It makes it 1,000 times easier, especially in the event that your thread keeps breaking over and over again and you have to rethread your machine. Cut it at an angle, boom, goes right in. That's a really common problem for a lot of people, and I've noticed that usually the reason that happens is you're using 2 different types of thread in your spool and in your bobbin. It's the same color, but it's 2 different manufacturers. That can, that can make things just kind of not play together. I can't see properly because I had LASIK about 10 years ago or so. Some of you might remember this story because I ended up making a video about it, which went viral, and the former head of the FDA saw that video and he wanted to reach out to me and talk to me because what he's doing is he's trying to change the fact that it has FDA approval. LASIK has FDA approval because it's not safe, because what ended up happening to me is way more common than people realize. Crazy story, kind of a long story. I'll maybe put that video down in the description. It's unlisted, I think, down there somewhere. 2. Needles, as in Douglas J. Needles from Back to the Future. And that's Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Today I learned. It's been 30 years since I saw that movie for the first time, and I had no idea that that was Flea. A lot of beginners do not realize how important it is to regularly change their sewing machine needle, or change it at all. Because just like my patients with my kids, needles, they wear thin, they wear out after a while. And a dull or a bent needle might not seem like a big deal in and of itself initially, but it is, because it could end up causing your thread to break again. It could end up causing some janky looking stitches, or it could actually break your sewing machine too. Now, it's recommended that you change your sewing machine needle about every 8 to 10 sewing hours, but who's actually tracking how much time that is? So what I suggest you do is change it in between projects. So if you're tailoring a bunch of t-shirts and then you switch over to your jeans, denim is gonna be a thicker fabric, so change your needle. Or you could ask yourself, well, did I go on a tailoring binge? Yeah? Well then, like Barack Obama said, it's time for a change. Oh, and using said needle to sew over your sewing pins instead of taking them out and removing them as you sew along, that's a big no-no in my opinion. It's a little bit debatable, I know, but just don't do it. Take them out. 3. A magnetic seam guide. One of the best kept secrets, I'm not kidding you, in all of this is a magnetic seam guide. I'm telling you, this thing is a straight game changer for all of our seasoned sew bros and beginners and everybody in between. What it does is it attaches to the seam plate of your sewing machine by a magnet, and it's gonna be able to give you nice straight stitches, which are actually adjustable too since it's magnetic. You can adjust the angle if you want to. It's gonna help give you that professional look that you're looking for when you're hemming your jeans, things like that, to make sure that everything is nice and straight and just amazing looking. And the magnet itself, it's really strong, as a heads up. Kind of shocked me in the beginning. I put it on my sewing machine and I was like, I can barely get this thing off of here. Are my noodle arms that weak? It acts as a physical barrier, so it's not going to allow your garment to go past that. So wherever it is where your garment is going to be. You might have heard me talk about what I like to call wandering hands in the past, and that's when you're sewing along and your hands, they're moving, they're making kind of micro adjustments that you might not even really notice you're making, but you'll see them on the end of your project, and you're kind of looking at it like, oh, that's I don't, whoops. Well, a magnetic seam guide, it helps prevent that from happening. And it's like, I don't know, I think I got mine for like $3 at Walmart. I changed my mind. You can go share those secrets with the world if you want to.